The idea of owning land inspired many people to file claims under the Homestead Act of 1862. Life was not easy. Few understood or knew of the difficulties they would be forced to face. From prairie fires to blizzards, drought, tornadoes, locusts, and much more. 60% of all those who tried homesteading failed, returning home to towns and cities. For others, there was nothing to return to, so they struggled and learned how to survive. Those who did manage to stay on their homesteads created an agricultural empire for a growing nation. From the first homestead claimed by Daniel Freeman, January 1, 1863, to the last homesteader, Kenneth Deardorff, who received his land patent in 1988, the impact of the Homestead Act is still felt to this day. One must ask themselves, what indeed was the true cost of giving away 270 million acres of public land, roughly 10% of this nation, over to private ownership? For the prairie, the result of homesteading was harsh. Land, which for thousands of years stayed intact as prairie, virtually disappeared in a few decades. Today, only small remnants of the once vast prairies exist. Dramatically affected as well was the American Indian, whose culture and way of life revolved around their connection with the land. Some tribes were removed from their traditional homelands onto reservations, while others' lands were severely reduced to make way for increasing settlement, left with little choice but to comply. The cost to the American Indian was high. Bringing with them their own hopes, dreams, and cultural backgrounds, many people emigrated from Europe to homestead, shifting immigration patterns. The Homestead Act of 1862 was one of the most significant and enduring events in the westward expansion of the United States. The Homestead Act also helped to fuel the industrial age. The ever-increasing need for goods in the West inspired the invention, the production, and the delivery of these goods. Farm equipment quickly evolved from the use of hand tools to what we see today. Life on the homestead became easier as inventions like electricity, the refrigerator, and indoor plumbing became available. One thing all homesteaders had in common was their desire for better lives for themselves and their children. Over the 124-year history of the Homestead Act, over 2 million people filed homestead claims. Of these 2 million people, about 783,000, approximately 40%, were successful, fulfilling all the requirements of the government and earning the patent to their property. Today, over 90 million people are descendants of homesteaders. Indeed, the Homestead Act of 1862 has had a significant impact on the United States. And the ultimate cost of giving this land away, well, that's for you to decide.